Good morning, Reality Ohana, and happy Aloha Friday. Hey, wanted to give you another update as to the plan going forward for us regathering in person. If you remember, last Friday, we kind of gave an announcement that we can gather back, as we all know now, but we do want to be prayerful and safe and wise and led by the Holy Spirit as how we go back to doing that, because there's so many factors and so many things going on. One of the components that makes us unique to other churches, but a handful of churches obviously are in the same boat as us, is that our normal gathering place is a public school that's state-owned, and even though we can gather, it has not been allowed yet, or the use of facilities permits haven't been given back to us or any other church or any other entity, outside organization, to meet back in schools. And to be honest, we're just not sure when that's going to be. We just don't know if it's tomorrow or in a long time that we will be able to get back into Ali'olani again. We really want to be back together. We're excited to, but again, we don't even have a home right now to gather in a large setting with all the safety protocols that we'd need to do anyway. So that said, for the last week or so, as you know, we've been praying and talking and thinking towards how might we, though, transition back without a home. And we really feel, after praying and talking and so many of you guys, your input and just hearing out what you feel, as well as with the board of trustees, and just kind of putting it all out there and seeing what God would have, we really feel like as an interim and as a way forward in transition until we either can meet at Ali'olani again or we have to find a new temporary home, that we are going to go to a house church model. And so let me explain what I mean by that. We have been doing digital house churches where we, stream the sermon and worship and videos from so many of our members in church, and it's been awesome. We've been in our houses, digital house church, hence that. We want to, because we're allowed to now, with safety protocols in mind, wearing face masks and being 6 feet apart, social distancing, we can in-person gather. And so what we want to do is we want to pivot and adapt to do that, but in homes. And so I understand that you might have many questions there. We'll talk through that a little bit right now and as the weeks go on. But as an interim transition, what we want to do is we want to ask you if you would open up your home, whether that be one or two people, depending on the size of your home. Maybe you have a carport or a backyard or an open space you can gather in. That may be a little bit more. But we want to ask you, as the church, if you'd be willing to open up your home to invite over a friend, invite over a family member, invite over your neighbors to do church in a safe way, right? We still have to abide by the safety protocols from our local and national government, but we can meet in person together. And so what we want to do, again, is creatively do that in a safe, legal way as a transition to meet together in Ali'olani or a new home. And so starting June 7th, so not this Sunday, but June 7th, officially, we want to go to like a house church model. And so we're asking not only that you would think about, if you're comfortable with that, to invite over maybe someone or a few people in the church that you know to do church with them. Again, following all the safety protocols. Also, if you just have a home and you just like to open it up, and that we could let the rest of the church know that your house is an option, we would love to know that. And so you can email aloha@realityhnl.com, just so that we would have, a handful of houses that if you don't have somewhere to go and you want to have some social interaction in a safe way, and get the sermon and worship and pray together and take communion together, we want to let people know that there's homes out there for them. And so we'd love to hear from you if you'd be willing to open up your home for that. So please email aloha@realityhnl.com. But church, I believe that God is with us. And I'm reminded of the Exodus story, in that despite Israel, as they were freed from Egypt and they were wandering the wilderness time after time, they were questioned what the Lord was doing. Why are you leading us this way? Why are you taking us here? Wasn't it better there? But the whole point is that God was always with them, and he was guiding them, and he was leading them into something far greater, and that was himself. And ultimately it was the tabernacle, then the temple, but the whole point is that the presence of God was with his people regardless of where they were and how they met, and that is the same very thing for us. And so church, we are the church, we are the bride of Christ, and if we do it in homes or in large gatherings, God is still with us. And so I just want to let you know that going forward, starting June 7th, we're doing this house church model, which will still stream the service the same way, but you can safely gather with a few people, and even soon it may be more than that, groups of 10 and whatnot. But we'll keep you posted. But happy Friday, and I'll see you on screen this Sunday. Once again, love you. Aloha.